This movie is set in the future, where AI technology has advanced significantly. The story begins with Martha, the female protagonist, getting caught in the rain while buying coffee. Inside the car, Ash, Martha's husband, is waiting while watching the news on his car's tablet. The news discusses scientists' success in cloning humans. Shortly after, Martha arrives with the coffee. Interestingly, the coffee she brings looks futuristic, with a red glow on the lid, showcasing how advanced technology is in that era. After Martha gets into the car, they continue their journey. They seem to enjoy the ride while listening to music. A warm and romantic atmosphere surrounds the couple. Once they arrive home, they start tidying up. Ash gazes at a childhood photo of himself displayed on the table, while Martha gets ready to cook. They seem like a happy couple, always joking around in every conversation. Ash then decides to upload his childhood photo to social media. Martha approaches him, and they start talking. Here, Ash begins to share the dark story behind the happy photo. He is the only surviving member of his family. His sibling passed away when they were still children. Ash's father has also been gone for a long time. His mother, who kept sentimental items in the attic to help her move on, has now passed away as well. This story makes the atmosphere more emotional. The next day, Ash gets ready to go to work. That day, he has to work overtime. Unfortunately, Martha can't drive him because her work as a graphic designer is also piling up. Ash jokes that he'll be sad having to be alone, but Martha reassures him that everything will be fine. As night falls, Martha starts to worry because Ash still hasn't checked in. She tries calling him, but there's no answer. Even the phone signal isn't helping. Finally, Martha calls her sister and shares her concerns. Her sister tries to calm her down, saying that Ash is probably just busy and will be home soon. However, before their conversation ends, a siren-blaring car suddenly pulls up in front of their house. Filled with fear, Martha opens the door. The moment she sees the police officers with sorrowful expressions, she immediately shuts the door. She knows something is terribly wrong. The next scene shows Martha at a funeral home. She meets Sarah, her friend, who offers her condolences. However, Martha looks uncomfortable when Sarah tries to bring up the incident. Sarah then suggests using the latest technology that could help Martha communicate with Ash, even though he is no longer alive. Feeling uneasy about the idea, Martha immediately yells at Sarah to stop. Martha then tries to erase memories of Ash by cleaning the house. She repaints the walls and moves Ash's belongings to the attic. She does all this in an attempt to move on from the immense loss. However, she decides to leave a small photo of Ash on the table. It seems to be the only memory she chooses to hold on to. Martha looks deeply miserable and starts drinking to numb her pain, even though she was never a drinker before. Her days are filled with sorrow, and happiness feels impossible to find. One day, Martha receives an email from someone claiming to be Ash. At first, she is shocked, but then she realizes that this must be Sarah's doing. Her friend must have signed her up for some kind of program. Furious, Martha calls Sarah, who is just about to rest. Martha angrily tells her that what she did was way too much. However, Sarah tries to explain that this is an AI program capable of mimicking Ash's messages exactly as they were when he was alive. The program uses all the data from Ash's social media that exists on the internet. Sarah suggests that Martha try it first before rejecting it outright, but overwhelmed with stress and emotions, Martha firmly refuses Sarah's suggestion. The next day, while working, Martha suddenly feels nauseous. After taking a test, she discovers that she is pregnant. Panicked, she tries calling her sister, but her sister is busy with her own family matters. Feeling lost, Martha finally grabs her laptop and opens the email from the fake Ash. She starts chatting with the AI and tells it that she is pregnant. Strangely enough, the response she receives sounds exactly like Ash when he was alive. By the time dinner comes around, her sister finally calls her back. But Martha chooses not to mention her pregnancy and simply says that she's fine. After that, she goes back to the AI application and continues chatting with Ash. Martha even starts wishing she could have a voice conversation with Ash. The app asks her to provide more data about Ash from when he was alive. Eventually, she is able to receive a phone call from Ash. Martha is overjoyed to hear Ash's voice again. The words spoken by the AI sound exactly like him. Overcome with longing, she bursts into tears. The next day, Martha keeps receiving calls from the fake Ash. She even takes a trip to a place where she once met Ash's mother. She becomes so absorbed in the app that she ignores a call from her sister. Martha then goes to a clinic and records her baby's ultrasound to show it to the Ash AI. However, on her way home, she accidentally drops her phone and it breaks. Feeling hopeless, she cries the entire way back from the hospital. Once she gets home, Martha quickly transfers the data from her laptop to her new phone and immediately contacts the Ash AI again. She calls, sobbing, and apologizes. Ash reassures her that he's fine and tells her that she's too fragile. Eventually, the Ash AI guides her to try something new. After that, Martha is seen buying something from an online shop. It seems like she's trying to follow Ash's advice to start something new in her life. When Martha opens the package she ordered online, she finds a human-shaped doll inside. Confused, she notices that the doll looks nothing like Ash. However, the AI app instructs her to activate the doll in the bathroom. Without thinking much, Martha takes the doll to the bathtub and follows all the instructions given by the app. Amazingly, the doll transforms into Ash. Not only does its physical form change, but it can also talk, blink, and even walk. Everything looks so real, as if the real Ash is standing right in front of Martha. At first, Martha is terrified to see Ash suddenly appear before her, but after touching and feeling him, she senses that she has found the missing part of herself. Overcome with emotion, she says, "I missed you so much," and hugs Ash tightly. After coming to terms with the fact that she's now with Ash again, a happy Martha finally invites the fake Ash to do the usual things they used to do. She tells Ash to take off his clothes. However, Ash looks confused since he was never programmed for something like that. In the end, Martha guides him. And surprisingly, this fake Ash is even better. He can be commanded according to Martha's desires, needs, comfort, and unwavering love. The next morning, Martha wakes up shocked to see that Ash isn't sleeping and isn't even breathing. While she's busy working, Ash comes over and offers to make her a sandwich or coffee, but Martha declines and tells him to act more like the real Ash, including banning him from drinking and other things Ash used to do. Suddenly, Martha's sister shows up for a visit. Panicked, Martha tells the fake Ash to hide in the bathroom. Her sister checks in on her, suggesting that she get more rest so she doesn't stay sad for too long. Martha admits that she's been working harder on purpose to distract herself from her grief. Unfortunately, her sister wants to use the bathroom. In the end, she leaves, but before going, she mentions seeing men's clothes in the bathroom and assumes Martha has a new boyfriend. She hopes he's a good guy. Her sister's words make Martha overthink, and she starts crying. Ash approaches her while she's in a bad mood. Overwhelmed, Martha accidentally breaks a glass. When Ash tries to clean up the shards, his hand gets cut, but it heals instantly. That night, the two of them got ready for bed. But Martha asked the fake Ash to breathe. Ash tried to breathe, but Martha looked uncomfortable with his pretense. In the end, she kicked Ash out of the bedroom. The next morning, Martha saw Ash standing in the yard. It turned out that Ash couldn't go far from her because she was the one who had activated him. Ash seemed interested in the childhood photos displayed in the house, but Martha wasn't happy to see that. Then Martha took the fake Ash to a cliff. There she told him to jump off because she felt that he was nothing more than a voice and an illusion. Ash, who always obeyed, immediately prepared to do it. Martha was torn between wanting to let him go or not. She let out her emotions by crying and screaming. Time passed. The child Martha had been carrying had now grown into a teenager and was celebrating their birthday. Martha cut a cake for the celebration and handed a slice to her child. But the child asked for one more piece to take upstairs. It turned out that the fake Ash was there. The child didn't know that the figure was their father. The film ended in an atmosphere full of unanswered questions.